1. Hi, welcome back to Celestial Kingdom MidReign. This is the closing end of day 2. We have all that Sparkle Q&A with members of House Sparkle. There are so many of them whose names I don't really know, so I'm just going to excuse myself now and let House Sparkle take over. House Sparkle, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I am Lady Codename Project Midnight Sparkle. I am Lady of House Sparkle, and yes, you caught that right, Lady PMS. So, I am going to release the floor to the rest of my Sparkles, but first off, I'm going to tell you that we are a service house. We are dedicated to service. We want to bring the Sparkle back to the game. So, whatever that means to you, we're going to do it. Because if you ever see this heraldry, you know you can ask us to assist you in anything. So, first off, I'm going to send you off to my lieutenant of the Burning Lands, Lady Atanis.
Hi there, I'm Lady Atanis, the Sparkle of Sonneteers, and I'm the lieutenant of the Burning Lands region. That would be El Paso, Texas, right on the edge of Las Cruces and all of Texas. And then I'm gonna give it off to. I'm sorry, I can't see your guys' names.
So we will go to Ari, my lieutenant of Polaris.
Hi guys, I'm Ari. I'm from the lovely kingdom of Polaris up here in the frozen north of Minnesota. I am the Sailor Sparkle.
And introducing next is our lieutenant of the Celestial Kingdom, Robin Joy.
Hello, I am Robin Joy Azrael, the Sparkle of Everlasting Youth, and it's great to be here tonight.
And also introducing our stick jock from the north, Drogon of Polaris.
Hey, I'm Drogon of Polaris, Sparkle of War, and nice to meet you all.
And I myself am the Sparkle of Inspiration, Lady Midnight. So, what we are going to do is I'm going to break it down by kingdom and tell you, each of us are going to be able to tell you what it is that we do for the game of Amtgard, not just our local areas. But first off, we're going to talk about what inspired us to become a Sparkle. Lady Atanis.
Sorry there, forgot to unmute. So I actually heard of House Sparkle at Spring War, I believe it was a year ago. And I was interested in joining the house because my park is really small. And I always wanted to bring a bigger population to us and get more people who are more service driven. And I saw that as an opportunity to both make House Sparkle grow in numbers and my kingdom. And what I do is I recruit people. So far, I've recruited 3 people for House Sparkle. And then I've been in charge of organizing feasts for coronations, helping out with the Dragon Masters and then the crown qualifications. And right now I'm currently focusing on entering them because I'm making my way onto a serpent belt, slowly but surely. But yeah, I've been focusing on helping out people who want to get back into crafting and posting bardics for people to get inspired by. And then
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, nothing. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna say whoever's next.
So the next Sparkle that we will introduce with their Sparkle story and their journey, we're going to bring up our lieutenant from Polaris.
All right. Sorry, we have to keep switching headphones today. I'm only having one computer.
You might want to move that mic closer to your mouth, honey.
How better? Okay. So I actually heard of House Sparkle from Drogon when he got back from Spring War last year, and he was telling me about this cool people that he met and that they were a service-based household, which piqued my interest because in Amtgard I am strictly a service-based person. I don't fight. I'm not a fighter. I hate it. So you'll find me usually cooking feasts, helping set up for different types of battle games, helping coordinate stuff, moving people around if you need. Like, you need something done, call me. I got you, fam.
So, Allie from Polaris, our lieutenant from up north, at our last Spring War, served 6 out of the 8 feasts that were done. So, service right there.
The food was
Our
delicious.
next presenter, we're going to go with our lieutenant of the Celestial Kingdom, my personal page, Robin Osrail.
All right. Well, about a year ago, it was mid to end of July is when I actually started Amtgard, because it was something my boyfriend was doing and I just wanted to spend time with him. He was giving rides to Midnight to and from Park at the time, so that's where I met Midnight. And once you know Midnight and you start just helping him with stuff, like I just kind of was already helping set up the camp and doing non-com stuff because I also don't enjoy fighting. I don't like getting hit. It's not my favorite. So I would help pass out waters and clean up trash and help set up and pack away camp. So I was basically just doing it all anyway. So I thought, why not just be a Sparkle since I'm basically doing Sparkle things anyway? And that's how I became a Sparkle.
That's amazing. So, there was a player from another kingdom, because mind you, we started in the Celestial Kingdom, that completely surprised me when they approached me and asking about, so what is it about this house? I'm interested in joining. So we're gonna go ahead and hand that off to our stick jock of the north, Drogon of Polaris, the Sparkle of War.
So I found out about House Sparkle through Kat, who is my Paragon color, and she introduced me to Midnight and the crew. And what I definitely see as like my service thing I give, my sparkle I want to give back to the game, is the the willingness to help out the champions during battle games, to help set up the battle games instead of standing around and doing nothing. We could all help and pitch in this small amount of time, and the battle game would get switched over and ready for the next one, and we could have it all done faster by having more hands. And I would like to be that hand as someone who doesn't take a lot of preparation between battle game times, and so I like to invest my effort into making sure the champion is taken care of and doesn't feel rushed. And this definitely carries over to even tournaments where champions feel rushed because they have to have pools and brackets done within a certain amount of time. And a lot of time they can't handle these 10 things coming at them at once. Like people showing up late and not having enough reaves, and just a lot of general issues that happen on the fighting aspect that don't get a lot of service because there isn't really recognition for it on a larger scale. And I would like to definitely bring back that service in that aspect so that people are seeing that this is how we can help benefit everyone at once instead of this going on and making the mess and not cleaning it up after yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead, and we have heard from 2 of our lieutenants throughout different kingdoms and other members from kingdoms from abroad. And I'm going to explain to you guys about what House Sparkle really is and how it got started. So, House Sparkle originally started as a crafters guild for the LGBT, because obviously you guys know me. And from there, we gained more traction, more allies. that wanted to assist not only in crafting, but doing things for the game and changing things for the Amtgard game as we know it. And I loved that fact. I loved that idea. So I created the Sparkle Guild for just crafters who want to do more for the game of Amtgard. And from that point, it became very, very close knit. I would say to a point where my man of arms at the time and my page at the time were like, we were messaging each other daily. So it got to a point where, yes, I did grant a belt for man of arms and for page for my two followers at the time. And from there, we became a belt family along with our knight. And we ran into some road bumps, no lie, it's already kingdom wide. And we found a new knight that would not only take me, but my underlings as well. So we now serve under Sir Rand, and a belt family that was also a guild with followers now turned into a budding household. And we just wanted to serve. We wanted to make sure that everybody in this kingdom was able to have the same kind of fun that we are having, but all the time. So whether or not that we are sitting on the sidelines, on the battlefield, or maybe behind the scenes, because that's where we sparkle the most, is getting this game back to where you felt the first time you ever played Amtgard. Can any of you remember the first day you played Amtgard? The first time you picked up a sword? The first time you walked out onto the field? It was scary. Trust me, it was scary. Trying, especially if you chose to play a caster. Oh my goodness, all the things you'd have to remember all at once. But someone helped you do it. Someone guided you onto the field. Somebody gave you a sword that day so you could play. That right there, I want to isolate that. I want to put it in a box. I want every person, not just because it's your first day, not because you've been playing for 20 years, some of you 30. I want everyone to feel like they have that person there to assist them, to push them forward, to help make them feel that first time again. Because as we know, the longer we play, we need to be reminded of that sparkle. And that is what House Sparkle does. We do Bardic all the time. Bardic circles around our campfire. Bardic's amongst our own Facebook chats. Like, we just do Bardic. We have this girl right here, Robin Osrael, I will tell you, has a goddess of a voice. And this one right here, I will tell you, can play an instrument like none other. And if you guys stick around long after the All That Sparkles panel, you'll see both of them. I trust you.
So, I don't have a choice now?
No, you don't. Of course not. You have to share your gift, honey. Share your gift. And when I say gift, it's not just a gift for me. Everyone. Voice of an angel right here. But I digress. We are a service household. We serve the food. We help cook the food. We clean the trash. We help craft the events. We sit at gates. We clean the field. We set the field. We teach members how to craft. We teach members how to play. That is what we do. If you guys see this heraldry back here, these 3 sparkles, this right here is acceptance. These sparkles right here is help, guidance, anything you need. Go to a sparkle. If you see a belt favor, a banner, a flag, maybe even some garb or a weapon that has one embroidered on the side, every one of us will do anything we can and go out of our way to help you achieve anything that you need. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back over to Polaris, my Lieutenant of the North, Allie.
I'm back.
Please add to everything that we have said and what you would like to see for the North in Polaris.
Whoops, sorry. Did you want to say that one more time?
Me?
Once you finish
Sorry.
your mouthful, darling.
No, girl, I eat and drink all the time. Add to everything that I had just said, add to what you would like to see for the North in Polaris.
I would like to see more commitment to service. Like, I know, speaking from experience, my kingdom is pretty decent already about doing service-based stuff. However, I would like to reach more people because I know there are people specifically who cannot fight anymore due to medical stuff that would like to help out some way without having to do super like strenuous activity, and like running a gate shift and like just helping out with like simple stuff like bringing water out onto the field for guys when it's 101 freaking degrees and we're all wearing plate armor. So.
Ooh, and you're up north. I can only imagine what that temperature equates to down in the south. Woo!
Humidity, man, it kills us.
Lady Atanis, what would you like to see in the future for the Burning Lands as a Sparkle?
So I would like to see more rotation for service in my kingdom. A lot of the times it's the same 5 people, but those same 5 people can't be the same ones that keep running for office. So I would like to get, more members who are interested in leadership positions who want the dream to keep living. And I feel that in that way that House Sparkle can really help that. Because if we can get people who are backed up by House Sparkle, who are backed up by Burning Lands, then, it's unstoppable. We're going to have the best events. We can have people from all over the country coming for our, what is it called, coronations or Dragon Masters or crown qualifications. I just want, whenever, the COVID things calm down, I want to be able to go to each other's parks and meet each other's friends and stuff. That's what the whole fun about Amtgard is. You go somewhere else and you're like, oh, I've never fought you before. And, you get that new feeling again. And that's what I live for, is that meeting someone else and fighting along and getting together as, the fire and doing bardics. That's where the dream is really alive.
So a comment has come in from the chat. Were you about to read that?
I have not read. I'm
So-
strictly video.
Question comes from Alora Dragon Australis. Question. I am a member of House Sparkle, right? Because it's not showing up on my org, but I remember you making both me and my mom members, so I'm not quite sure.
So at the time you chose to become a Sparkle, whether or not you currently act in service, if you ever wanted to be a Sparkle, you are. You have created this entire server that we are on. If that is not service to not only the kingdom, your land, the game itself, I don't know what is.
All the service roses.
And as mom, I'm not going to stand in your way, sweetheart. If there's something that you want to do, you have my full support to go do it. The only thing I'm going to watch out for is if it's not healthy for you. That's the only time I'll put on the brakes.
And something that I would like to add about the orcs, they
I'm having a
don't.
hard time hearing Ari Faith.
Sorry.
She has to put her microphone close to her mouth if she speaks.
Okay.
Okay.
Just because it's my audio that is taking out the stream to YouTube. So if my audio is not picking you up, then you're not getting translated out. And I've already cranked your volume up, gain as far as I can. So be loud, girl.
Should be better now.
Something that I would like to add regarding the orc, it's not always updated. So if it's not updated the way that you think it should be updated, please contact your park's prime minister and give them any documentation they may ask for, and they will get everything sorted for you. That is their job. So if something's not right, just be kind and let them know, hey, my orc's not showing this whenever it should be there. How can we fix that?
Very true. So I'm going to handle a little bit of household office, if you guys don't mind. A little bit of house business. Could I get lieutenants to state the name of your kingdom if you are present?
Traitor's Gate. Alright, Celestial Kingdom. But
Burning Lands.
Ethereal Tides, Polaris.
We have 4 ranking officers. At this point, I would like to offer Allura Dragon a full sparkle in her service in creating not only the server that we play, but also the JavaScript what is it called?
The
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Version of the game.
I
You
would
all
like to
agree?
second. I would like to second that nomination.
Second, put it to a vote.
I agree on that.
Polaris,
Yeah, she's good. I'm in.
Burning Lands,
Yeah.
and Celestial Kingdom.
Absolutely.
Allura Dragon has now been elevated to full sparkle and will now grant full access to everything that the sparkles are, and may now choose her own sparkle title. Thank you very much for not only serving your local land, but your kingdom and beyond, and facilitating everything that we have going on right now. And you may now be a true sparkle.
Hip hip.
You know what? Everybody
Huzzah.
unmute your mics. Everybody unmute your mics. We're gonna do a cheer. Please do this. This is, if I want to say this is deserved. Oh, this is so overdue, but it's so far deserved. Everybody, hip hip,
Drum roll.
Huzzah!
hip hip,
Huzzah!
hip hip.
Huzzah!
Congratulations. And I would also like to add, because of your stature and the fighter company that you hold, I would like to make you the lieutenant of youth. Ranking officers, do you agree or oppose?
Agree.
Agree.
To translate that gasp, that was sheer joy and flabbergasted, and she's very happy.
You can now wear the
make it
sparkle
right.
banner and heraldry with pride, knowing that anyone can come to you and ask for assistance, and knowing that you will rise to the occasion and you will serve. Like all the rest of us true sparkles at heart. Thank you very
Hear,
much for
hear.
creating this server. Thank you. Thank you. So, we are going to open the floor. Oh, actually, let me add a little bit of information. Let's get back on topic, back on track, because in D&D, I am Captain Derail, and I so did that, but I'm going to bring us right back. So, House Sparkle has been active for just over 1 year. I would have to say that I actually set the ball in motion for what I wanted for House Sparkle to be as Spring War of last year. So at Spring War of this year, we actually, this current year, 2020, we had our anniversary, and we had our group chat and our talks from there, because only within 1 year of activation and recruitment we have already received our Order of the Flame from the Celestial Kingdom. And this is an award that is given once per reign to the fighter company and our household. Mind you, households don't really get it. It's really for households. But we got it. We did the service. We served the food. We cleaned the trash. We set the field. We did it. And we did it in 1 year. In 12 months, we spanned from one park, Traitor's Gate in Celestial Kingdom, to spreading across the kingdom. And we are now, at that time, in 3 different kingdoms. As of Spring War 2020, we are in 9 kingdoms across the country. And we're going to keep growing. That's what we're going to do. Because we're going to keep inspiring other people to grow, to do service, to stand up when no one else will, to take the positions that people don't want to take, to be brave enough to say, I will do it. We will do it. As a house, we stand together, and we're going to bring the sparkle back to the game, even if it means putting a little bit of glitter all over the battlefield. And the biggest thing we say in House Sparkle is once you sparkle bright enough, you catch flame. And we caught flame once already. We're going to keep doing it. Other Sparkles, if you have anything else to add, please do.
No, I think that about sums it. Within a year, House Sparkle has really spread like wildfire.
I'm just really honored to have been able to join. Honestly, thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm
House Sparkle House Sparkle's in a lot of ways really opened me up and catalyst to me joining a really great community, and I couldn't be more grateful for this household and my kingdom and the entire Amtgard community.
That's my page. She's gonna make me cry.
We're a family.
I'd just like to say that most of the things I've done over the past 2 years in Amtgard would not have been possible without you guys. It simply wouldn't have been, at least not to the level that I did them to. You guys and your assistance and your help was like really instrumental in making things as good as they were.
So for those of you that were not paying attention, that was Sir Gavin. He's the one who's been running the kitchen this entire time. So when you hear me running around the field, I need people to serve food, it's because Gavin has asked for help, and you guys were the ones to answer the call. Thank you very much, Sparkles. Thank you, Gavin, for stepping up and asking for help.
His food is on point, though.
So we are open. Unmute your mic. Ask us questions. We are actively open for recruitment. If you guys would like to join the Sparkles, you will enter as a Shimmer. Once you achieve your first goal as a Shimmer, you'll become a Glow. After you glow, you have 6 months to gain your next Order of the Rose by performing some sort of service for the house and or the game. Now, in this quarantine time, we're bending a little bit of rules. If you do something for your community outside the game, we also classify that as service because that is what we're about. And you will become a Sparkle.
All right.
Yes.
I think it's time to open the floor to some questions if anyone has any.
Yes.
Don't be shy. Come on.
We don't bite.
I'm checking the actual chats for questions. Oh, so Alora has said, I am truly honored and overjoyed to be a part of this house, and I hope to continue serving my park, my kingdom, and the game for as long as I possibly can.
Oh, yay.
Aw.
Thank you very much. And that pleases me to the core to know that there are people out there that want to perform service and enjoy doing so.
Because a lot of the times when people think about, they only think about like the stick jock side of Amtgard when there's so much behind the scenes that needs to get done so it can run smoothly.
I don't think people realize just how much work goes into
Yeah, I just want to give congratulations to Alora on being accepted to House Sparkle. Pretty cool.
Thank you, Clue the Bard.
Yeah.
Hey, Clue.
Overall, the house sounds pretty cool.
So, Clue the Bard, you have Bard in your name. That means I should expect to see you in the Bardic Circle?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Thank you.
Okay,
We'll be doing the Bardic Circle later tonight.
Okay, I have a friend who can't talk on microphone, but he does have a question. Do we have any sparkles in Emerald Hills?
We
None
do.
I'm aware of. But you do, cool.
So we do have Emerald Hills Sparkles, and our lieutenant for the Emerald Hills is, ooh, watch as I butcher this name. La Ethlatara? I don't know. So they're part of the Citadel, which was trying to become part of the CK, but ended up becoming part of the Emerald Hills. And they are having their own kingdom banner for House Sparkle being made and will be presented to them hopefully by the end of this month.
Fingers crossed. So the park name is called the Citadel, but that's where the sparkles of the Emerald Hills are.
Yes.
In Stephenville.
Okay.
Surreal?
Stephenville.
Yeah.
Yes, in Stephenville. Surreal, do you know the name of the Citadel, like the full name?
The Citadel in Stephenville?
Yeah.
It's
See if I can look that up.
I thought it was Ciudad Escondido del Bosque.
It's something that I
Yeah,
can't pronounce. That's what she said.
It's long.
Yeah, it's
Let's
not
see if I
Citadel, it's Ciudad. It's city. It's the hidden city in the woods or something like that.
Yes.
Is what it translates to. Ciudad
Is that what it
Escondido
means?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fancy name.
Ciudad Della del Bosque?
Yes, Del Bosque. Citadel
Del
Del
Bosque.
Bosque.
Ciudad
Escondida en el bosque.
Escondido.
Ciudad
Oh,
del,
Moria, you shy guy.
del Bosque.
Bosque.
So,
Bosque? Okay.
the Citadel, as easier vernacular to repeat.
It's not
Um,
Citadel. The Citadel's a castle. Ciudad.
Citadel,
But they refer to themselves as the Citadel, though. They do that pretty often.
Okay, so it was not 2020 Spring War, but 2019 Spring War, and also MidReign of 2018, when I initially met the players from the Citadel, and which was they were part of the fighter company Griffins?
Grey Wardens?
Grey Wardens, yes, Grey Wardens. Their symbol is a griffin. But the Grey Wardens. And two of them were very interested in joining the house because, like, did the Bardic and they were interested. So, funny thing is that when what I do is the first person from a new kingdom to join, I make them my lieutenant because they have to search and find new players to join the house and kind of spread the word and spread the glitter of House Sparkle. And when I added one player, I had heard so many names throughout the event that I added a different player. And then they were like, oh, I think you mean this person, but I'm still interested. Okay. So I was like, well, take all of you. And so now we've created a full-on outpost in the Citadel, and we were hoping that they became part of the Celestial Kingdom, but now they have become part of the Emerald Hills, and now that means one of them got escalated to Lieutenant of the Emerald Hills. And so now they need to spread the sparkle in the Northern Kingdom. Anybody else have any questions for people not me? I talk too much. I need other people to speak to fill the silence.
We're really bad.
It's okay. No one's gonna bite you.
I like the man.
Dude, Mount Moria is stealing the gosh darn show.
Is that the Maria with the mask?
Questions.
That's Mount Moria with the shy guy. Yes.
If you also
I
start
have
asking
an
questions,
idea for Alora's little sparkle. So if Alora, you will allow me, I've had the idea for a while. Just saying.
Sure.
I guess the question becomes, child, do you trust me? Trust me, child.
I do, but
I'm gonna think over my answer carefully here.
Harsh.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, sure.
So I guess a good question would be, you're promoting service and you're, trying to get Bardic reintroduced to Celestial Kingdom, which is amazing because, as you heard from the last hour, the concert with Siobhan, I've known her for decades before I came into Amtgard. And so we were part of LARP here in Central Texas way back. And, when I was growing up, when I was, Alora's age and up to my late teens, Bardic was the culture. That's, yes, there were stick jocks and yes, there were fighting, but the bards were very much in the thick of things. And you heard that, almost all of her songs tonight were stories of battlefields or wars or things. Knowing that you're a service house, your head lady, is the editor-in-chief / publisher of the Stargaze and Celestial Kingdom, and wanting to kind of bring that bardic tradition back to life. What's next? What are your plans? How are you going to make that happen in this digital online COVID world? And then how are you going to bring that back into the face-to-face realm when we get back to seeing each other again?
I love that question. Ari, do you have anything you want to put in on that before I weigh in?
Not really. So, Bardics for me, I'm like Polaris has been running virtual Bardics.
Those are good Bardics.
Yeah. Polaris has been running Bardics pretty weekly, around every 7. Like we stay on for like 3 or 4 hours, just telling stories, chilling out, singing songs, and it's pretty much MHOG telling stories 9 times out of 10. Which, like, if you want to listen to one of the oldest players in Amtgard and learn some cool things, MHOG's your guy.
So, Robin Joy, Azrael, you participated in the great Bard off of Celestial Kingdom. What would you like to see, and how would you like to respond to the question from Katrisa?
Well, I definitely think more of virtual Bardics the way that Iris ran his, because I think that it ended out fantastic competition. It was a lot of fun being able to once a week dress up and record a video and post it. But I think also in the vein of doing that, doing the live bardics here on Discord every so often, just something to keep it going and keep it in the forefront, kind of, because it's kind of, Bardic seems like the thing to keep Amtgard going whilst the plague is wreaking havoc through the kingdoms.
Yes, the plague. Lady Thomas, I know that you are bardically inclined. What would you like to respond to this question?
So, I'm currently the champion right now at Burning Lands, so we've been doing the Champions Challenge, and the way I want to rope people in is that I want to give them, that small taste of lore and stuff. So I want to be able to do that with songs, and it'd be great to have a small song before we're doing a Champions Challenge or something. So maybe I could get in character and announce the Champions Challenge and the winners or the judges or anything like that, just to get people a little taste of the music and stuff before we invite them onto Discord and stuff, because a lot of people like to listen to music but maybe don't want to, what is it called, sit around in a call with everybody. But there is people that I know for sure would like to play even. I know we have people in Crimson Basin up in Thor Mountain who love to play the drums, so we could even get an online drum circle going. So to me, Bardic is very important. I've been playing music all my life pretty much, and it's just a great way to let go of stress, express emotions, just rejoice. So yeah.
So I would like to add, from my standpoint as the lady of the house, that our main goal was to bring the sparkle back to the game. And the one thing that draws the biggest crowd and the most players is Bardic skill. So setting a fire amongst a group of people in a central location and have them all gather together and listen to either music or singing or watching a show or performance, that's one of the easiest ways to entertain people and remind them of what it is that we can do here. So we are a roleplay driven house where the lady commands things and everyone beneath them answers whether they will follow suit or not. But there is no penalty for not stepping forward, because we don't have, like, our entire populace is not bardically inclined. We have people that like to remain more behind the scenes where you don't see them, but they do the work. And then we have other performers who are, or other sparkles, who are not liquidly couraged enough to step forward and perform for everyone. But I think we cover a vast majority of people that want to make sure the game continues in an enjoyable state, whether we are performing for you live on YouTube or virtually here on Discord and or Facebook, or if we're doing it right in front of a fire, or if we're standing behind a table and handing you plates of food at feast. Every one of our sparkles just as brightly as the other, and we all pull together to make sure that everyone else has as much fun in the game as we do. And we want you to share that with us.
Something that's great about having such a diverse pot of players within the house is if someone were to come up to you and say, hey, I need help with something, can you help me? And you're like, and you don't know how, you can say, I personally don't, but I know someone who can. Which is fantastic. Like, if someone were to come up to me and say, hey, can you teach me different sword skills, and I'm like, I can say, no, I cannot, but I know plenty of people who can.
Ari,
Yes.
could you weigh in, please?
What do you need? Sorry, I was messaging Gavin back.
Oh, on service and Bardic and bringing the sparkle back to the game.
So I myself am not a big performer in Bardics. However, I do love that like during events and with all of COVID going on, it's nice to just be able to come into a chat room on Discord and like just be able to sit in and listen to some really talented people do their gifts, and like I love it. Like, come do simple poetry, come do a spoken word or a sonnet, come do singing. Like, we welcome it, we want it, we love it. Practice your craft, enjoy your craft, love what you're doing. And I think Bardics are very, very good for including everyone in that.
So,
Alrighty.
thank
I
you
just
very
got a
much.
question.
Yes.
I just got a question from someone who cannot use their mic. What's the biggest thing that we look for in our new members?
So, in order to become a glow, which is our second tier in our house, for House Sparkle, is you have to have at least one Order of the Rose in whatever kingdom you preside in. So that means you have to do an act of service. Now, that is as easy as bringing a case of water to a park day, and or picking up trash from a campsite at a kingdom event. There are many things that you can do to get your first Order of the Rose, and you become a glow. So a glow shows how much of a sparkle that you have. So once you complete more service for the house, you can become an actual sparkle. So from there, we're able to do and assess your different levels of sparkle, and we award different titles. So once you complete a big feat of service, you can choose what your, I would say, flurby title would be pertaining to this great feat of service that you have done. So from there, we have some sparkles that I'm going to take me out of the running. We have some sparkles that have a bunch of titles that speak to their service to not only the kingdom, but the game itself. And all these other sparkles have titles that they have earned, and they are able to quote themselves as not only their name in the game, but what they are a sparkle of, and what they do, and how they can help. And that's something that I love about this game.
I think the biggest thing when looking for new members to recruit into the house is just a willingness to help, to be helpful, to do the behind the scenes work, even if no one else sees it, being willing to step up and do it for the good, the greater good of the kingdom. It's just a willingness to be in service and to help where our kingdoms may need an extra set of hands or two.
Yes, and to back up that point, that's exactly what we want here at House Sparkle is someone who really wants to help out and not just someone who's interested in the awards. Sure, that's a big plus of doing service, but the main focus should always be that you are going to pave the way for new players and you're going to make their experience great, and that new exciting thing they're going to discover for the first time, you're going to be the one who gives it to them, and it's going to be it's going to repeat itself. It's a cycle of you show someone how great Amtgard is, and then they go show someone else, and it just keeps growing and growing.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much. We are coming up on the end of your hour. You've got about 3 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and get those final remarks. If someone is interested in petitioning to be a member of House Sparkle, just as you had elevated Miss Allura Dragon, your Southern Sparkle here this evening. How would they go about getting in touch with you or showing that they are interested in doing service? You said that there was many ways for them to become a glow to get that initiate. But what if they're not sure what to do? Like they're looking around their park and all of it's already being done. What should they do?
Okay, so to answer this question, just because someone else is doing service does not mean that you cannot. There's always something to do, something that you can help with. And anything that, even if your local monarchy and or park mates do not acknowledge, you can bring to us and we will see it and we will acknowledge it. If you would like to become a part of House Sparkle, all you have to do is go on Facebook and find House Sparkle /Amtgard, and you will find us. And if you
Just
cannot
look for the banner.
just look for these right here. If you cannot find us, find one of us on Facebook, because our underlings can take people under them. And whoever you contact to join House Sparkle will from that point be your mentor in the game of how to continue service and continue sparkling in our house and in our game.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much. Thank you, House Sparkle, across the entire greater Amtgard realms. Thank you so much. We've got members from Polaris and Burning Lands and Emerald Hills, you said?
Emerald Hill, we have wetlands.
Wetlands? Oh my goodness.
Emerald Hills, Northreach, West March, Burning Lands, Golden Plains. I'm not coding them all, but we are in 9 kingdoms currently.
That's amazing. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear it. Just remembering when you were just a sparkle in someone's imagination, and now here you are. So proud of everything you guys have done and how far you guys have come. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Again, if you are wanting to continue the social and camaraderie, you can join them a couple channels below this one on our Discord. And other than that, I'm going to bid YouTube